that we can get onto a road called Mountain House Road, and that's the nice back way into Hopland. And we are heading out on a bike tour. We're going to ride up to Mendocino County and out to the coast of Mendocino. So that's where we're going. Miss Coles. Right back here, everyone. All right. Okay, we made it to Cloverdale. And we're going to run over here to the grocery store, get a couple snacks, and then we're going to make it to Hopland, I think. Okay, that was a nice and quick stop. Now the next section here is the worst part. We got to do Highway 128 for a few miles. I forget how many miles actually, but it's the worst section, I think, of the ride today. The busiest, potential busiest, with the least amount of shoulder. Not my favorite part, but Mountain House Road, it'll be worth it. So once we get there, we'll be good. We made it to Mountain House Road and Mendocino County. So finally off that sketchy road back there. That house is definitely haunted. The spot we want to camp out tonight is actually 11 miles up the road here, and it looks like it's about 1,700 feet of climbing up to the campground, so quite a ways. Starting to warm up.
With the sweater time.
Looks like you got your breakfast all ready.
Yeah.
Matches your jersey.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I hear music.
Yeah. Wow, it really carries far.
Yeah. And that must be at the campground. I wonder. Yeah. No, I think it might be people at this campground. Here's the campground. Got a little table.
This great campground you found.
Yeah, look what I found.
Yeah.
It's pretty spooky out here. Actually, we could build a little fire.
We could. of it.
Getting ready to.
Packing up.
Yeah, we got it all packed up. Took us a little while this morning. We weren't our most efficient packers this morning.
Yeah.
We blew up our coffee.
Yeah, I should have.
We didn't put enough grinds in, and then we tried to add more and we blew it all up. So, lesson learned.
But we're going to the coffee shop. So.
But we're going straight to the coffee shop. Well, it's actually probably from here. The coffee shop is going to be about 30 miles, 33 miles, 34 miles, because it's 11. That's about 33 miles.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was 11 miles up here last night. And we got up here in the dark.
Yeah.
But it's really nice here. Nicer than I was expecting when we woke up. When you come in at night, all you can see is with the lights and stuff.
Yeah.
This is a nice little campground. Check it out. So this is where we camped last night. This is in near Ukiah. Well, actually near Hopland. Pretty cool spot, actually. Nice and quiet. We're in Mendocino County, but we're actually on the border of Lake County too. I think Lake County is just a little ways over there. So, yeah. But we're heading north now, and we'll be out on the coast later today, hopefully. Alright, so this is downtown Ukiah, and we're going to go over here to Black Oak Coffee Roasters. Food. So our route today, we're going to try and get over Low Gap out to Mendocino. Might be okay. They're going to let us go. According to Google, it's going to take us 5 hours to do it, which is probably about right. We are loaded, so it's going to be a slow climb. I've done the loop, the whole thing on my gravel bike. I believe it was under 3 hours. I don't know the whole loop, so we'll see. That was at the Grasshopper race, so you know, a very different ride approach than we're taking today. Just hanging out here outside the grocery store. It's about noon, and we have about 5 hours of riding, I think, today. We'll see. I mean, who knows? Maybe it's less, but conditions are good. Okay, so we're on Low Gap Road here. As you can see, it's a gravel climb, and it's pretty exposed. We're probably hitting this at the worst time of the day. It's about 1:30 right now, so it's a little hot. I know when we get to the top, we'll be in the shade. So did you get them all heated up?
Good. Nice and warm.
All right.
So we made it to Mendocino and we just loaded up on a whole bunch of stuff here for tomorrow, for tonight. I got a whole bag of cereal, a bunch of fruit. We got coffee for tomorrow. We got everything. I love this rear pannier here. This thing is so sweet. It's super light, but it expands so you can add stuff to it. I got a whole carton of oat milk in here. It's like stepping back in time. Did you find anything?
Yeah. It's like not really cute vintage clothes, but nothing. But we're kind of looking for pants if we want to wear them to the campsite tonight. So nothing that I saw just offhand.
We'll do a quick bike check here. So I'm riding the Fit Cycles Randoneering bike, custom made. I had it built back in 2018. And this bike now has about 27,000 miles on it. I've done several bike tours. It was never built to be a touring bike. It was built to just do lightweight, maybe credit card touring or randoneering, things like that. But I have done some semi-loaded touring. So let's talk about what we put on this bike. So on the front I've got the Ruthworks randoneering bag, and that is where I carry most of my stuff for the day. Layers, food, my camera, the things that I need to access quickly. I also have some stuff on the front bag here. I've got an extra headlight in here for my helmet for nighttime when you're on dirt roads and you can't see very well. So I carry basically everything I need to get to quickly up here. In the back, I have a rear rack. This is a little different. I don't normally do the rear load on this bike. I tried doing it back when we went from Klamath Falls down to Lassen, and it just didn't carry the weight very well. But what I did this time differently is all I've put on the rear rack is the sleeping bag, so very light, and this single rear pannier. And this is an ultra light rear pannier. It weighs less than a pound. It attaches with straps. And what I have in there is the tent, the tarp, my sleeping pad, and my inflatable pillow. It all fits in here. It's a very small bag. I also put my jacket, my puffy jacket in here when I'm not wearing it. I'm currently wearing it, so it's not in here. But this thing rolls up and it rolls down, so it expands to fit more things. But I try to keep all the lightest stuff I have on the back of this bike. Here is my tools, tube, patch kits, all that kind of stuff. And of course this mug. This is plastic. It's very lightweight. So if I keep everything super ultra light, then this bike can be used as a touring bike. But you do have to sacrifice on comfort a little bit because, like I said, it's ultra light stuff. So that's the bike. I did not bring the frame bag this time. We're fortunately close to plenty of towns to get food, so it's not like we're going to be going long multi-day without resupply, so I didn't need to bring it, and I just wanted to save weight. And also with the down tube shifters, the frame bag does make it a little less convenient to shift with the down tube shifters. So that's why I decided to go without it.
Need some extras in the picture. All right, everyone, we just got back from our bike tour, and I wanted to do a quick summary and conclusion to this video. I'm here with the schools, and I will put a link in the description down below for our route. If any of you out there are interested in doing this route or something similar, or incorporating it into a bigger tour. Okay, so I pulled up our ride here so we can take a quick look at our ride with GPS file that we are going to have a link to down in the description below. So really what I would say about this route is that don't be intimidated by the dirt sections on this route. They're marked here on the screen. Well, they're marked in two sections. One is they're marked on the actual ride. You can see these dashed lines on the route. And then down here in the elevation profile, they show up again. And there's basically 3 distinct dirt road sections on here. And I wouldn't be intimidated by them. These could easily be ridden on a road bike. Most road bikes nowadays come with clearance for up to 32 or even greater size tires. And there are bike races that happen out here. The Grasshopper Adventure Series uses Low Gap Road for one of their Grasshopper Adventure races in the winter when it's actually muddy, and plenty of people show up out there with very skinny road bike tires, and they do just fine. So the summer months, the road's going to be nice and dry and hard packed, so don't be intimidated by the dirt. It's non-technical and very rideable, and I recommend it because you get off the road with the cars and you can just enjoy yourself out there.
And there's plenty of services along the route. So on the east side, you have towns that will stay with stores that will stay open fairly late. So if you get into a town and around 7, 8, should still find a store that's open. There's hotels if you want to take the route that way. There are not as many places to camp on the east side. We ended up taking a little detour off the route and found a little campground there up in the hills. And then, but on the way back, going down the coast, there are some small towns, plenty of services there too, but the stores might close a little earlier. And there are plenty of campgrounds on that side. If you choose to take the route going east first and coming down the coast will usually have a nice tailwind for you.
That's right. And you'll be on the right-hand side of the road, which will give you that nice view of the ocean the whole time, which is what you're out there for in the first place. So I think that covers it. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. We'll try to answer all of those.
And happy Friday. We hope you all have a good weekend, and we'll see you in the next one.